Oh my God, I shot for Brazzers.
Real voices, bold stories. This is the Lexis Star Show.
This show is presented by King Rilla. On today's episode, I'm going to talk to you guys about my experience and how it all went down. So check it out. So how it all started. So Hubs and I, we went to xBiz in... Oh, there he is. We went to xBiz in Miami and we met a lot of people. I've already spoken about this. And we were at the Pornhub booth. And then in front of the Pornhub booth was this guy, Frank, who works for Brazzers. And then we started talking and he goes, "What's your name?" And I said, "Lexis Star." And he goes, "Oh, like I've heard about you. I've seen your stuff. I've heard about you." And I was like, "Moi? You've seen my stuff? You've heard about me? Thank you very much." So I was happy to see that, like, you know, somebody who works for that company knew who I was. So that was really exciting. And then he says, "You know, we should work together. You should film a scene." And then that's when Hubs was like, "But you do know that we only shoot together." And he goes, "Yeah, don't worry about it. That's not a problem at all." So we switched our, you know, we switched contact information. And then I guess some time went by. We stayed in contact. We had to go back to Canada to visit family. And then we met up with him. We went over everything and we were like, "Look, we only film with each other. We're not really comfortable doing like a big pro shoot. So how can we work around this?" And he's like, "Well, you guys can film it. You know, you film it. We'll give you the script. And then you just hand us over the footage and the rest is history." So filming for Brazzers is always like a big production, right? You got your hair and makeup, you got a location, but because of how we work, and it wasn't quite like that, it was a bit more stressful because we had to take our own pictures, we had to film our own content, we needed to find a place to rent. So we rented out J-Mac's house, one like where he films his scenes and people can rent it out. So we rented out that place, and you know, we we had some little hiccups because the blinds weren't going up, okay, and we needed the natural light. So there was some issues there, some technical issues, but we got it all sorted out. And then we took our pictures, we took the content that we needed to take, but all that was building up and we were kind of getting a bit stressed because you got to take your pictures before the scene, obviously. So we're taking pictures and then different angles, this and that, make sure we have everything that we needed. And then when it was time to film, we were already kind of tired because when you do have like a big production and you're shooting on one of their sets, pardon, you have, you know, a cameraman, you have a videographer. So you just got to like place yourself, pose. And although I know that it is very long days when you do the big production, but, you know, we're an amateur couple. It was our first time shooting for like a big company. I mean, the biggest, probably, obviously. So it was a bit nerve-wracking, wouldn't you say, darling?
Yeah, I mean, nerve-wracking, yeah. It's just a lot more tiring than a regular shoot that we do.
Yeah, because when we do our stuff, it's like, you know, we know what we're gonna do. We know what we're gonna film, how we're gonna film. It's a lot easier. And we needed to, although we were doing it ourselves, we still had like to follow the script.
Yeah, I mean, we think about it. We got to load up the car with some lighting, all the camera gear, all that stuff, your makeup, your whatever you're gonna wear, your hair, your stuff. Then you get there, you unload the car, and then you scout the house to see what the best possible angles are, the best location in the house, figure out the natural lighting. Then it's like prep your cameras, prep your stuff, put your makeup, this and that. And that. By the time we took one picture, we wasted like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then it's like we took another hour to take pictures, an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so already there you're like freaking 4 hours in.
Yeah, and you get tired, and
You
then
get tired, and it's
perform.
like then you got to perform. And it was rough. It was rough,
It was rough,
especially on my end.
but yeah. So I mean, we got to the filming part of it, and it was going pretty good. I mean, I feel like once we got into the groove, you know, it was a lot easier. So we filmed our scene. Then we finished up, we cleaned up, we were ready to go, and then we handed them over, you know, the footage.
And at that point, it was nerve wracking because it's like, hey, did we do a good job?
Yeah.
Like, is this to Brazzers standard?
Yeah.
You know, especially me, I got to film, I got to perform.
Yeah.
And then I think you did a great job.
Thanks.
But on my end, I was like, you know, did I film properly? The lighting wasn't like the way I wanted it to be because it was a cloudy day. We use natural light, whatever. And, you know.
Yeah. But it was also, I mean, it was also our first like pro scene because I mean, it wasn't like pro when, you know, you have the whole production team and the location and everything like that, but it was going on Brazzers, right?
Yeah.
And you don't want to not have performed your best for Brazzers, especially if it's the only scene you're ever going to do with them, right? So I gotta say though that once like they reached out to us and they said that they want to do this, I was like, fuck. Like Brazzers wanted to shoot us. And to me, that was like I think we reached the highest level that we could.
Well, I mean, like it was also very random because since we're an amateur couple, it's like we do our own thing, we do our own production, we deal with our own business. So to have like, I never expected another company to want to shoot us.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to be recognized, and you know they saw our stuff, and you know he told us, he's like, your stuff is good quality, so it's up to par with Brazzers standard, and let's go, let's try to do something, let's try to work something out, and that was cool.
Yeah, it was definitely like I really felt like okay, you know, we because we are an amateur couple and we only do things together, for them to want to film with us, it was just like, okay, like we've reached like a different level in a sense, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Because anybody can shoot for Brazzers, I'm guessing, but when they shoot for them, it's still a big production. Versus us, it's just like we did it on our own. And from what I've heard, our scene did pretty freaking good.
Yep.
Right? And so, I mean, to this day, I haven't even watched the whole video. I just saw the trailer that they posted.
It looks good. I saw it.
And shout out to Hubs if you guys follow me on IG.
Thank you.
If you see that picture of me sitting on that big blue chair,
wearing a
pink dress and like black heels, Hubs is the one who took that picture. Although he's a great photographer sometimes, but this one was like top notch. If you're watching this right now, I bet you care about how you look, feel, and smell, especially smell. And that's why I am here to talk to you about King Rilla. They make all natural soaps, shampoos, lip balms, and deodorants for men. But I'm not gonna lie, I use them as well. They use organic ingredients that keep you feeling fresh all day long. And trust me, you deserve to treat yourself like a king. So do yourself and your girlfriend a favor by visiting them at kingrilla.com. You won't regret it. Oh, and don't forget to use my promo code LexisStar to get 15% off your order. So we handed over the footage. It got posted. I mean, I think we filmed in August, and it got posted like October 9th, something like that. And then, you know, Brazzers posted it on their IG, and then it was all over X. So that was really, it was really something. It was cool to see. The feedback was amazing. So that was really fun. And who knows? Maybe we're going to work together again. Who knows? Right? Maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe not. I don't know. But I gotta say that it was definitely a fun experience. And to be able to do this with my husband, obviously, because I'm not going to do it with anybody else. But it was just like, shit, we started from like nothing and now we reach Brazzers level.
Plus, the scene did super well. So that's like, okay, full circle.
I think that was the other thing is like, okay, what if the scene doesn't do great? Because if you recall, Uni Leon did did 2 scenes, I think, for Brazzers. And then
I think it was only one.
I think it was 2.
Really? Okay.
It's actually 2. Yeah. And because I think there's probably like a trailer of it on and I looked at the comments and people wrote, not your typical Brazzers scene, right? So because they know people who are on Brazzers, like they know that it's always like a big production and whatnot. So
I honestly, like, I love Yini Leon. I think they're great. I just think it's my opinion again. Hate me for it. I don't care. I think that they didn't fit Brazzers well because I'll tell you what, Brazzers, the sex part, they did great. But when it comes to acting and playing a part, I don't think they fit there.
We had a script, right? And the thing with Brazzers is that it's very like exaggerated, right? All the reactions, like, or like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's borderline comedy,
So exactly. So we had to do, I had to do a lot of that, like exaggerate my expressions and all that stuff. But I think that when they shot for Brazzers, they just shot basically like a regular scene that they would shoot and then, stamp the Brazzers label on it. But I feel like we did a fantastic job, especially it being our first time. If we are to do it again, I think we're going to be a lot more comfortable. We're going to be a lot more prepared. So I'm looking forward to what the future has in store. What about you, darling?
Yeah, they do want to shoot again with us. We had a meeting about 2 weeks ago. They want to shoot with us again.
We're just trying to figure out
we're just trying to figure out how we're gonna do it. But yeah, look, when we shot this scene, I even told the guy from Brazzers, I said, look, thank you so much for the opportunity. I don't know if the scene's gonna do well or not. Like, I don't know if we're gonna work with you guys again or not, but like, thank you so much. This is cool. It's like off my checklist, my bucket list. We shot for Brazzers.
Yeah.
Now you can say that. It's kind of cool too.
It's freaking awesome.
It's cool, but we'll see. We'll see what the future holds.
We'll see what the future holds.
We might shoot with them again. We might not. Who cares?
At least it's done. That one time is done.
I'm content right now.
Yeah, I'm content because, like we said, the scene did very well. That's all that we can ask for. And for them to ask us if we'd be willing to film more.
It's like, do we leave it at that? Or do we do another scene that doesn't do well? Like, it's like
to outdo ourselves.
When you're a fighter, you won the fight, you're champion. And it's like, do we go fight again to lose? Or do you go fight again to win again? Like, it's,
we should we? So we should, I want to ask the audience, do we shoot another Brazzers scene? What do you guys think? And for you guys that are listening and watching, have you watched it? That's a good question to ask. Have you watched it? So again, it was a great experience. We're super grateful to Brazzers for that opportunity.
Yeah, very respectable company.
Yeah.
Everybody's super chill there.
So that's that, guys. That was my experience with Brazzers. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also appreciate my Brazzers merch.